Hello, and welcome to InFocus, a video series focused on the solutions and innovations Trimble is bringing to the construction industry. My name is Rob Miller. Duane Gleason, Vico Product Manager from Trimble, is joining us again to talk more about Vico software. Duane, thank you again for joining us.
Hey Rob, good to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
So Duane, you and I have talked a little bit about document controller and flow line planning in previous videos, which are both a part of Vico. How long have you been involved with Vico?
I've been working on the product for about 7 years now.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about how you got started.
Well, just prior to getting involved with the Vico team, I was out in the field working for mechanical contractors. I was kind of riding the coordination and fabrication wave for a little while. And I was working on a particularly tough project up in DC, and I remember spending a bunch of time coordinating areas, and then I'd kind of surface and be really excited about the results, only to find that the design had changed and everything that we had done was out of date. And I thought to myself, there's got to be a better way to all of this. And at the time I met the folks who were working on the Vico Office product, and we kind of shared the same vision about there being a better way through integration, and I got caught up with those guys, and the rest is history, as they say.
So let's talk a little bit about those integrated workflows.
Yeah, the first one, like we chatted about before, is the document controller. Just the fact that you can take so many different inputs, be it a design model or a trade model, coming from so many different authoring applications. I think we're up to 7 of them now. You can put all of them in the exact same file with your 2D drawings, and you've got this big aggregation of all the information that's feeding the project design. And you also have the ability to do change management on all those inputs. So you can see how each new version of the drawings or each new version of the model has changed and what impact that would have further down the workflow stream.
So how would that then tie to the estimating workflows?
When we bring those models into Document Controller, we have a process of activation where we actually quantify all of the 3D elements coming from the model, and we apply a special set of quantities that is very specific to construction. So for example, when we take the surface area of something like a column, we don't take the entire surface area. We take and separate the edges from the top and bottom, so someone like an estimator or a scheduler can get precisely the information they would want for, let's say, just the formwork or just the cladding that's going to go around those columns. We take all of those quantities and we literally just drag and drop them to the estimating assemblies and components that are needed to bid the project. The estimate is feeding directly from the design, and if you get a new design and you choose to activate it, those new quantities are going to update the estimate pretty much automatically.
How would this then feed the schedule?
Same thing. So the scheduling assemblies and components can just be dragged and dropped right over to a task. And those quantities and those activities feed that task. And there again, if there's a new model that comes in or even new quantities off the 2D documents, if you choose to activate them and you choose to use them, you're going to see your schedule duration update automatically. Obviously there's some kind of checks and balances in there, so you might save a snapshot before that new information comes in, and then that way you can kind of compare to what was with what is. And it really allows you to kind of update all the way through the different design iterations, right through estimating and scheduling.
So I want to go back to something you said. You're saying that the schedule then is updated with each of these new design changes?
Yep. Each time there's a new model, you're going to see the schedule update, and then you also have the opportunity to re-optimize. Since we're putting so much thought and effort into these tasks, you can see that kind of space utilization that we had talked about previously, and you can kind of realign those activities based on the new design.
I can kind of see now how it's coming together, where you're integrating the design management, the quantities and the estimating, and then even the scheduling.
Yeah, so when we combine all that information into one file and one project, it just automates everything downstream so much more easily, because as soon as that new design comes in, you just get that ripple effect right the way through, and you can see how it's going to impact just everything else that needs to be done out on site.
So Duane, is it safe to say that this is then a unique approach to construction?
Yeah, I mean, that's how we look at things in Trimble. We understand that there's an entire design, build, operate continuum that needs to be addressed. So by taking all the workflows that we've talked about today and putting them inside of one tool, it really does address a big part of that continuum and makes everything downstream much more efficient for the end users.
Through these videos, Duane has helped us get a better understanding of document controller, flow line planning, and the integrated workflows of Vico. The next step in learning more about this solution is to get in touch with your local BuildingPoint representative to start pushing some of your data into these workflows that we have discussed. Duane, I want to thank you for coming down and recording these and helping us get a better understanding of the both unique and progressive workflows and approach that Trimble is taking with this Vico solution.
Thanks for having me, Rob. It's good to be down here, and it's definitely a good time in the industry to be talking about these progressive workflows that Trimble has available to us.
From all of us here at BuildingPoint, thank you for watching.